Guys, welcome to another Inspire Epic Change team call. So happy to have you guys on and checking out Nicole tonight. Nicole Woolsey, she is from Canada. She lives in Montreal, Quebec, and I just want to go to Canada because I've never been. And
you have to come, Mona.
Yeah, for sure. And I just am, so it's so cool because you know, as network marketers, you meet people from all over the world. And it is just so cool in our company how we can be connected to each other on our bigger team and create friendships when we go on leadership retreats and summit and the other things we do. And Nicole and I just really have hit it off. She's really motivated and she is committed. And we just decided why not combine our efforts and work together on a lot of things. So I'm so happy to have her tonight to talk about how, you know, she's been able, you're in the Success Club All-Star. Yes.
Success Club 10 All-Star.
10 All-Star at that. And so tonight she's a diamond coach and with FitNation, and some of her coaches are here tonight. So I'm so glad we're all here together. And let's see, you have okay, you got to tell us a little bit about yourself. You have two for sure.
3 kids.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
And a sweet husband who avoids selfies, but you catch him every now and then.
Yeah.
She's a hockey mom.
Yep.
Yep. So tonight she's going to talk about Success Club. And if you're new on the call, a new coach on the call, you know, Success Club is a measurement, not a measurement, but it's a guidepost for how we reach our goals as coaches. Now, you know, our goal is to always help people find a plan that fits them, and that, you know, that's going to help their health and wellness, their health and fitness, you know, and also if they want to take the coaching route, then that can also help with freedom and finances. I mean, there are so many things, and you know, we've talked about this before, but as a new coach, a goal on our team is to help 3 people every month, and that's Success Club 5. And that is because we said as coaches that we would help people, that we would show our journey, share ourselves, share what's working for us. And by doing that, we show that we have the ability to help other people through our own being the product of the product, okay? So Success Club 5 is kind of a minimum goal we as coaches strive for, because it does show that we're also moving our business forward, because a lot of the times our challengers will become just one of our best working coaches. And so Nicole's going to talk tonight about how she was able to, you know, really help a lot of people every month, and how she doubles that. And I'm really interested because she's got a system and she loves on her challengers, and she is also a product of the product. So I'm very happy. So Nicole, tell us a little bit about yourself. I'll mute us, and we will, let me go ahead and
Can you hear me well? Because I don't hear you that well, and I'm trying to figure out my volume, but.
Okay, I'm turning me up all the way.
But do you guys hear me well?
No.
Yeah.
I hear you great.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me manage you guys. Manage everybody. Mute us. Most everybody's muted. I'm not, but I will.
We good? All right. So like Mona said, she gave me a little bit of an intro. My name is Nicole Woolsey. I'm a diamond coach on the Inspire Empire Up team. My team is FitNation. I've been coaching for just over a year, 13 months now, I guess. I hit SC10 All-Star last month, which means that I've helped at least 5 people a month for the last year. I earned Success Starters, so my trip to Summit, because I knew right from the get-go that hitting Success Club was the marker in the business and was the way to grow my business, and also to help the most amount of people. Because for me, starting off as a coach, I really wanted to have that atmosphere in my challenge group of having a lot of people, because I love when people kind of vibe off each other and people participate and the group is fun, and you have people commenting and liking and all of that stuff. So that happens. The more people that you get into your challenge groups, the better your groups are going to be. And the more fun that they're going to be, and the more interactive they're going to be. So that has kind of always been my mission from the get-go. And also I really wanted to grow my business, and that's the way to do it. So I have a short PowerPoint presentation that I'm going to share with you guys and just kind of talk about the points along the way. So I have a new computer and I downloaded the presentation from my old computer. So hopefully I can find everything and you guys can see it. Oh my goodness. And I don't have a system, which is really bad. I just download every single thing into the same folder. Okay, can you guys see that?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, great. So like I said, minimally 10 people that I helped from the very first month that I started coaching, and kind of I was able to progressively always stay at least 14 to, I think 27 points was my highest month. So, I'm always in that range. And the way to kind of do that, the way I have been successful doing that, because I'll just share with you what I know and what I do, is first of all, you have to be unapologetic about what we have to offer. And that goes for how you're posting on social media and in your conversations with people. You have to be confident because what we have to offer is amazing. We have incredible products. We have incredible programs, and we have an incredible support system, being you as a coach and your challenge group, that no other kind of fitness company offers. That's what sets us apart, is those three things: our products, our programs, and what we offer as coaches in our challenge groups for support. So when you're posting on social media, like, you have to be proud about that. It has to come through in your posts, kind of, if you see these posts like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to, be putting too much stuff about Beachbody in my newsfeed, but here it is again, like, if you're kind of wishy-washy about what you have to offer people, people will not have confidence in you and they will not build trust in you. So coming across about being proud about the products, and about that comes down to the knowledge of your products also, which is really important. You can't speak to what we offer on social media and in your conversations with people if you don't really know what you're talking about. So do the programs from start to finish. This is really important. You have to pick a program, start it, and do it so that you know what you're speaking about with your customers. Drink Shakeology every day so that you can explain to them the effects that you feel that you're getting from Shakeology, how it's changing your life, how you're fitting it into your schedule, how it works for you. Like when I have conversations with people about the products, I'm knowledgeable and I'm confident in what I'm talking about because I use them every day. So that's like the number one thing. People are going to believe you and trust you when you're able to speak to what you're offering them. I think this is like the most important thing. And if you don't know about Shakeology, how you can share it with value, you need to go to shaystanford.com and watch one of her training videos about how to share Shakeology. I tell all of my coaches that because I think it's the most important thing. I think it's the basis of our company, and we all need to speak about Shakeology with knowledge, because I've heard so many people in groups that I've been in Facebook groups, that didn't even have a clue about what Shakeology was, because other Beachbody coaches were not talking about the value of Shakeology properly and didn't know what they were talking about, really, in a sense, or they were just saying it was a shake to help you lose weight, and it's not. It's a nutrition shake. There's, you know, I can do the whole spiel, but I don't have to. But the point is, do the training on shaystanford.com. It's a 40-minute training, I think, on how to offer Shakeology with value, and it'll give you the tools to be able to speak confidently about Shakeology. And then as far as the fitness programs go, I mean, you should be doing the fitness programs. If you have Beachbody On Demand, that's a great way to kind of go, even do a workout of each program before you do, you know, before you pick a program and do it start to finish. So you can speak to kind of what each program has to offer. That way, when you speak to people, you're very confident, because people trust you when they feel like you know what you're talking about. So that is key. And that's going to make you seem valuable to them. Okay, so this is really key, and Shirley's going to roll her eyes, because on my coaches, this is what I talk about consistently. Consistency is about following up. So before following up, you need to be tracking, and I hope you guys are all tracking in some form or another how you're talking to your customers. I'm really like about pen and paper. I have a notebook. I literally have a notebook, just a black notebook like this. And I actually took this trick from Leslie Cortez, because this is what she does. Before, I had it in a big agenda, and then I decided to get just a little binder like this. Okay, so literally on the first page, I put whatever month it was, so August. So new conversations on the first page. And then I'll leave a page. Then the next page, I'll put new coaches. So people that I'm having conversations with about coaching. And then on the third page, I'm gonna list challengers for that group. So who actually bought into that group, and who I need to put into that group once it starts. So that's how I track all of my people. And then I start it over again for the next month. So a page, 2 pages. It's super simple. It works for me. I know a lot of people like Streak and all these Google things and whatever, but I just think pen and paper is super simple and it's easy. So in that sense, I can open my book and I can say, okay, if I have a day where I'm going to do a follow-up, so say you do Friday follow-ups. So you start all the conversations that you've started, you're listing them, and then you can spend one day, or you can do a little bit each day, depending on how you work and how much time you have, to follow up on those conversations. Because let me tell you that you are not annoying. Like, our emergency of getting Success Club is not their emergency. So, you know, and you've done it. You can open your Facebook Messenger, look at a message and say, oh, I'll reply to that later, and then just not get back to it, and you just forgot about it. And it's not because you didn't want to answer that person or you weren't interested in what they were saying. It was because you just opened it when it wasn't a convenient time, and then you forgot to get back to it. So you cannot think that people are annoyed by you following up with them. On the opposite, if they were interested in the first place and you don't follow up with them, they're going to think, oh, well, she doesn't care and she's not very trustworthy. And what can she offer me in her group if she's not even there to kind of follow up with me? So you have to kind of change your thinking in that sense, that you're not bothering people. And I usually follow up a few times. So say if I reach out to somebody, and they express interest. So for example, hey, Amanda, I'd love to continue chatting about the upcoming group. Do you have questions? If they didn't get back to me after my initial message and they responded, say then a couple days pass. Hey, Amanda, I hope you had a great weekend. Just wanted to check in and see if you got my last message. If they don't respond, then I'm going to follow up again, hey, Amanda, just wanted to follow up with you and see if you had a chance to sign up, if I had sent a link. I'm so excited to start you on Monday. So when you say something like, I'm excited to start with you on Monday, you're putting it into their head that, okay, this is already happening and you're excited about it, so they should be too. And, you know, this is when you see that somebody opens a link, say you've sent a link and you see that they've started it, but they haven't completed it. You can say also, hey, I see you started your enrollment, but you didn't get a chance to complete it. Did you have questions? You know, like if I see that somebody's opened their enrollment and they haven't completed it, I'm always gonna follow up with them a couple days later and say, did you have questions? Or, you know, this group is starting in a few days. It's really important for you to finish up so we can get you into the group. So you must follow up, and don't think that you're annoying people. You know, you can follow up even more than 3 times, but I find that most people will respond to me back within those 3 times. But there is some kind of law of average where they talk about, you know, where sales are done, and it's actually how many times you've had contact with a person before they actually purchase can be anywhere from 5 to 12 times. So, you know, you need to stay consistent and not feel that you're bothering them, because what you had, that comes back to the first slide about being confident in what you have to offer, because you know that you can help them and you can help change their life with your group and the program and Shakeology. So we get this a lot, the objection about cost. So in the beginning of your conversation, I mean, I'm sure you guys have had a lot of this training with Mona and everything, but when you're starting conversations with people, you always want to ask about their fitness goals, what their fitness routine looks like now, what has worked for them in the past, what they would like to achieve. In that way, you're showing that you care about, you know, the outcome of this relationship and what they want to get out of it and what you can give back to them also. And in that sense, they're going to tell you then, you know, hopefully they're going to say, list their goals, what they've kind of gone through, what they want to achieve and everything. So that when you get an objection based on cost, which is very common, you can say, you can use feel, felt, found, which you may or may have not have heard, but it's a common way to kind of deal with objections. I know how you feel. I felt that way too when I first heard about how expensive Shakeology was. But when I started, I found that these programs were really designed for results. And because I was so happy with my results, the investment was worth it. So you're relating to them in the sense that you felt that it was expensive also, but through your experience of using the products and the Shakeology, you've had such amazing results with them that it's worth it. And I'll just add something else here too, that I add on to that cost objection always, that they're paying $4.20 a shake, which is replacing a meal. So they're already spending that on breakfast or lunch anyway, and probably more. And they're not getting everything that they're getting in Shakeology in that lunch, which is probably not always so healthy or not the healthiest choice. So in that sense, I say we take it out of our grocery budget. I say because my husband and I actually do both take Shakeology every day, and we do take it out of our grocery budget. So, you know, I said that this is how you can look at it. And people will always say, oh, I never thought of it like that. You know, but you're giving them a solution of how they can afford the expense. And on top of it, they're getting vitamins, greens, pre and probiotics, digestive enzymes, adaptogen herbs, all the stuff that's in Shakeology, which they may be already taking on the side. So you could ask them, hey, are you taking greens, multivitamins, and all of that stuff? And if you are, well, that could cut the cost of those, because these things are already in Shakeology. And that goes back to the training again with Shea Stanford. When you know everything that's in Shakeology and what it has to offer, then you can feel comfortable talking about that to your customer. So asking for referrals. So this is a great way to kind of bump up your Success Club points, specifically from your yeses, because your yes people are already excited to join your group. So they're already on board and they're excited and they're joining this journey with you. And that's when you can say, hey, I'm so happy you're on board. Do you have any family or friends that would like to do it with you? Because extra support and accountability from a friend could make it more fun. And wouldn't that be great to have them in our group alongside of you, you know, to cheer you on? And most people will say, oh yeah, like I have a friend that I'm going to ask, or I have a couple friends that I could see if they would want to do it with me. And then I say, great, you know, contact them and let me know, and we could get them set up to jump in the group with you also. And because most of the people I sign up actually are discount coaches or coaches. I rarely sign anybody up as a challenger anymore because, you know, it just makes sense that you want to save money on Shakeology. So then I have them sign the people up under them, and then they're making 25% commission. So who doesn't want to earn a little bit of commission and pay for their own products? So I'll say that since you signed up as a discount coach, you know that you can sign those people up under you. So there's another way to kind of get people onto the coaching opportunity as well. I'm kind of mixing a lot of stuff up in here, but okay. And so then also ask from your no's. People that are saying no to you, you want to ask them for referrals because that's going to make them feel like, hey, I want to do this. But so say somebody says, no, I'm not really interested right now. It's not a good time for me, or whatever their reason is. Hey, I totally understand that right now is not a good time, and I would be happy to write down your name for next month. Until then, do you know anyone that may be interested in this month's group? And I'll tell you that I signed up somebody last month exactly like that, because there was a woman that I became friends with on Facebook, and she said to me, you know what, Nicole, I'm really happy with my fitness routine right now. But she is a coach and a medium. So she has her own Facebook group. So she said, you know, I don't mind posting your offer in my page if you like. I said, that would be great. Please do, even though you're not interested. And she posted my thing in her page, and somebody signed up from that, and she's in my current group right now. So you just never know where you're going to get new people interested in what you have to offer. But you can't have fears about asking and putting yourself out there, because what's going to happen? You know, nothing is going to happen bad either way, whether you ask or not, but something good could come out of it if you do. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there and ask. So setting the bar high, personal development, this is key. This business goes up and down. As all of you know, we're entrepreneurs. We're running our own business. Personal development is one of the vitals for a reason, because you have to keep your confidence, and you have to be able to sustain going through this business when you're feeling like you're having a rough time. We all go through those periods, but the rewards are so much greater than, you know, the down times. But personal development is key to keep your head in the game and thinking that, you know, you're going strong and you're going for it no matter what, and giving you, again, the confidence, because a lot of what we do comes from having self-confidence and being able to put yourself out there and not having fears. not having fears about what people are going to say to you, not having fears about what people are going to comment on your posts, having fears about whatever it is, you know, and it's normal. We're human beings. We all have those self-doubts, fears, all that stuff. So personal development is going to get you through those times to, you know, keep pushing for your goals. And the higher you aim, the higher you will land. So don't aim to be average. Don't say Success Club 5 is good enough for me, because it's not, and it shouldn't be. You should be aiming for Success Club 10 every month. You're going to get paid leads from Beachbody with Success Club 10 every month. Who doesn't want that? You're growing a business. Don't settle for Success Club 5. You should be pushing for 10 every single month. And beyond that, I mean, you should be setting a goal that you think is crazy, scary, and not obtainable, and writing it down and saying, you know, I'm going to do that this month, and not waiting until the last half of the month to start pushing for your goals, but starting from the first day of the month and pushing for your goals, and keep pushing throughout the whole month, so that you can get to those big, scary numbers that you're thinking about. Because we can all do it. We can all do it. So that's what I have for you guys.
Fantastic, lady. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I have a question. We were talking on the side, and we were talking about inviting. And adding to your network obviously is super important, because we always have to be, you know, meeting new people and building relationships, and that happens in a variety of different ways. Will you talk to us a little bit about what groups you might be a part of, how you add to your network, and when you do something interesting, you just invite. So we've just 5 minutes or so talking about that.
Yeah. So if you guys were on the call last night, I'm kind of completely opposite of what she said. I'm engaging in attraction marketing, because I do post every single day, 3 times a day, not more, sometimes 2, usually 3. I'm consistent. And that's another thing about, you know, when you do cold inviting, you need to make sure that you have a great page, that your page looks good, that your posts are great, that your photos are clear, that you have a great banner. Because if you're cold inviting somebody, they're going to see your invite, and then if their interest is tweaked, they're going to go straight to your page, and they're going to see your banner first, and then they're going to scroll. So if they don't see stuff that makes them think that, wow, this girl's got it going on, yes, I want to hop on that group, because like I'm looking at all her posts, and her posts are, you know, motivating, offering value, you know, all of those things. You need to be offering value. You need to have some motivation. You need to have some real life, also some of your kids or whatever. It has to be like a mix of stuff. But, you know, people have to be able to see right away who you are. That it's very important. And so that's how my business works. Like I add probably 20 new people a day to my friend list from friends of friends. And then a day later or 2 days later, I send them a message. Hey, whoever. And I always say their name, not hey there, hey girl, hey whatever. I say their name because I think that it's more personal. I welcome them to my page, actually. Thanks for connecting with me. Welcome to my page, because I want them to feel like this is my page, and I've invited you here. Like, you know, you're lucky to be here, kind of thing. You want to create the vibe that you have a lot to offer and you're confident in what you have to offer. So the wording is very important, that you come across confident in what you have to offer. So, hey, thanks for connecting. Welcome to my page. I love meeting new people. I'd like to take this opportunity to let you know that I'm a Beachbody coach, and I run monthly challenge groups for support, motivation, and accountability. My next one starts on such and such a date. If you are interested in this, or anybody that you know maybe, please let me know. I would love to have you join us, XX Nicole. It's literally that simple. And I send that to every single person that I friend request within a day or two of friend requesting them. So they've seen my page. They've looked around. Some people don't answer me at all. A lot of people don't answer me at all. And a lot of people will say, yes, I'm interested in that. Give me some more details. So that starts the conversation. And then I go from there, and then you can use the script. Mona, I don't know if you have a specific script or you use the TIE script.
Yeah, I mean, everybody makes it their own.
Yeah. So, then you can go with from the script about what their goals are, what they want to achieve and all that stuff, and start your conversation and be confident in what you have to offer, like all the things that I just talked about. And that's literally how I built my whole business. And I do it a little bit reverse, because I friend, I invite, and the people that connect with me, then I build relationships. Because I'm a busy mom of 3 kids that are in sports, and I literally do not have time to build relationships or the emotional energy to build relationships with all of these people that I don't know yet. But I do have the time and energy to build relationships with people that I do meet and that do want what I have to offer, and that interact with me, and then I interact with them, and then they're in my group, and then I become friends with them, and then they become my coaches, and then that's how I work personally. I forget her name that spoke yesterday. Brooke, yeah. She does it opposite, and a lot of people do it opposite to me, but I just find that that's what's worked for me. And so Mona wanted me to share a little bit about that. And everyone needs to find their own style.
Is this off of your like page or your personal Facebook page?
Personal, but I run both a like page and a personal page, but all the people off my like page, if they're interested, I bring them to my personal page. So
yeah. Well, that's an interesting way to look at it, and I have to say that I haven't done it that way. I cold invited in the beginning just because I was a new coach.
Yeah.
It's interesting because you are saying, here's what I do. Here's what I've poured my time and energy to. I love my job. I love being a coach, and I think I think there's nothing wrong with that. And if that's a way that someone takes, then if that works, that's awesome. And it is interesting because you do have to have your page set up so people know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think that's important anyway, right?
Yeah.
I think we have to, people who come to our page have to know what we're about.
Yes.
And like you said, it has to be clear, and it has to be, they go there and they want to see you. And I think that's an interesting and smart way to look at it. So yeah, I like that a lot. And it's worked for you for sure. So
yeah, it's worked for me. I mean, I'm just sharing stuff that's worked for me, and then you guys can take from it, how you can make it work in your coaching business and what works for you.
Right. Well, and I think if somebody wants to grow their business and they want to do it, in a quick way, then that is one way to look at doing it is reaching out to a lot of people, because that's certainly what, Anita did. And, look where she's at. So
yeah,
there is something to it for sure. All right. Does anybody have any questions for Nicole about anything she shared tonight? Can unmute. Yes. Oh, Jessica's raising her hand. Jessica, back to you.
So, I've tried several tracking things.
Yeah.
I keep coming back to paper and pen too. Like
yep.
It's just what works for me. Did you say that you do you start next month? So, if you're talking to people now, do you go ahead and then go to next month and write them in? If they're not a now, do you write them down?
For the next month, you mean?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
what I'll do is as the month goes on. So I have the people that I'm talking to this month. if they buy, I'm going to cross them off. If they don't buy, but they tell me I would be interested in next month's group or in 2 months from now, then I'm going to write in brackets the month beside their name. And then that's it. And then, so my next month's page is really like starting fresh of new conversations. And so those days when I'm doing follow-ups, I just open my book and I see, okay, this person wanted me to reach back out to them in this month.
Okay.
So, and I always start my challenge groups the first Monday of every month. So I know that I'm really starting to do my hard follow-ups mid-month of the month before. So like my next challenge group will start the 5th of December. So by mid-month, even the end of the first week of this month, then I really start to follow up with people. Okay, the group's going to start. We need to get your order happening. So you have your stuff in time. And because like I said, like sometimes I need to follow up a few times before people are jumping in. So, and I just had somebody join my last group this month that I've been talking to for 5 months. So like, you never, that's why you can't let those conversations die. And you need to always have a record of every single person you've talked to, every person, because I think even like I signed up people that I talked to like 6 months ago, and then like if it's really slow and I'm saying, okay, nothing's happening right now, I'm going to go back like to the beginning of my lists, and I'm going to message all those. I'm going to look at our chat history, and then I'm going to message those people again with a new conversation. Hey, I have a new group starting this date. I know you weren't ready for it at that time, but do you think you'd be ready to join us now? Say quarter four is out, there's a great new program out. Like I'll just add like, it's really getting comfortable with the way you speak to people. It has to be kind of light and easy, but at the same time, a little bit of urgency in the sense that this is happening. And if you like, I'll make a deadline to when people can sign up, and then I'll message them the deadline. Even I'll say, okay, if you're still interested in this group, the deadline is such and such a day, so let me know.
Okay. And you said that you do cold mess. I mean, you do some cold messaging. How are you deciding?
I do all cold messaging.
How do you decide when you're going to actually invite? Like who you're going to pick to be your like fresh invites, not your follow-up people?
Well, like I said, I add friends of friends off my friends list. So now, because my friends list is so big, I have almost 5,000 people. So I have like a ton of people in common with everybody, pretty much. So but I would say like you could friend request people with 3 or 4 of the same friends in common. Mm-hmm. And then what I do is my notifications on Facebook are turned on to send me an email. And this is critical because this is how I track who I message. So on Facebook, as soon as I friend request somebody, I get an email notification when they accept my friend request. So I literally work back and forth from email to Facebook. So once they've accepted my request, I have a whole list. Maybe I can screen share with you. Hold on a sec.
I've never seen that before, unless I just don't know that I get an email about it. That is interesting.
Yeah, you have to turn on your notification.
Okay.
Hold on.
Very interesting.
Do you guys see this? No?
No. Are you screen sharing it? There you go.
Hold on. I don't want this anymore though. How do I get out of there?
Still in French.
Yeah.
Speak to us en français.
Mais tu vas pas me comprendre.
Yes.
Okay. Do you guys see this?
I want to see this.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's me. I saw my name. Yep.
Okay, hold on. I'm just going to go down because I have a whole list.
Yes, you do. I want your list. All right.
Oh, I don't know where it is.
And Meredith just said you can go to recently added friends and see all of the new people too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what works for me is the email, because when I open my email in the morning, I have a list of all the people that accepted my friend request. And that day, I'm going to click back and forth, because when you click their name, it takes you directly to their page on Facebook. I'm going to scroll their page. I'm going to check out who they are. If they're a coach, I'm not going to message them. If they're a Plexus rep or whatever, I'm not going to message them. So it's important to kind of look at who they are, look at their page, and then I can just message them directly. And then I go back to my email, and then I click the next one, and I work back and forth like that. And that really works because it tracks it for you.
And it helps keep you organized. So that's
it helps keep me organized. It tracks it for me. I literally go back and forth, and I know who has accepted my request, and it's right there in my list, and then that's it.
I never thought of that before. That's fantastic. Cool beans. Very cool. And I can attest that Nicole does have a folder. A notebook she works out of every day. I saw her in Florida working every day. We were there on the beach, and before we went out, she had her notebook, pages. And I was like, what's that? Took it to my tracking. I'm like, let me see that. It was really, yeah.
It's really simple, but it works for me. Like I said, other people swear by a lot of other stuff, but you have to find what works for you, and that's it.
Well, this worked for us. This was a great call. Thank you so much, Nicole. Does anybody have any other questions before we leave tonight? Let you guys go for the eve. Sarah, Jennifer, Megan, anyone? Okay. Well, if you know some French, you all can talk.
Cool. So next week, we decided that we're going to do these calls kind of together each week, right, Mona?
Yeah. I think it's good to combine classes, and since we're all growing as a team, I think it's great to have the energy. For sure.
Yeah, and it's just kind of fun to get a different perspective on different stuff from, two different ways of doing it. I like it.
And we got a lot, and our coaches and our team are awesome, and they are also able to present too. So we'll all get together and figure out if we can do what, and just rock out some great interaction between all of us.
Cool.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Well, we'll see what we can do next week, and I look forward to seeing everyone. You guys have an awesome weekend.
One more quick question.
Sure, Jess.
So what do you do when, if you send somebody an invite and they completely ignore you, they never even respond back?
Yeah.
How long do you wait before you?
Yeah, I don't respond to those people.
Okay.
Yeah. People that don't even answer me, I don't say anything.
And Bob Heilig, you guys watch him. He says that, he kind of says the same thing. He's like, the people that respond to you are the people you want to talk to, because they're people that are going to be connected to you anyway. And sometimes you just got to, like we'd say, bless and release. And they're watching you. You've requested them, so they may just watch you since your page is public. So they may come to you one day.
Exactly. You'd be surprised how many people just kind of lurk on your page, and then they pop out of the blue 6 months later. Hey, I want to sign up.
Yeah. That's awesome when it does.
Yeah.
I was thinking, you know what? Let's get a quick picture before we take off. And I don't know. I'll put Jennifer's pretty face on there, and I don't know who this is. Angel. And then 2 people popped off. If y'all can tell me who they were, I can add them later. All right, guys. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do it. 1, 2, smile. Yeah. And I'll fix my roots on that. Good night. I need some hair dry. Nicole, I have to come to Montreal. Have you fixed it? Okay. Awesome, guys. Good night.
Night, guys.
Later on, this will be recorded. Bye.
Bye.